Hello my dear students, once again welcome to your history online class. So again in today's class we will be doing the continuation part of your 7th chapter from your history portion, that is known as Vijayanagar and Bahmani kingdom. So if you have seen the first part of the video of this chapter, there I taught you regarding the Vijayanagar empire, which ruled nearly for 230 years, and the main ruler was Krishnadeva Raya, who played a very important role in order to make his empire or kingdom to a very high level, and lots of strategies as well as steps or program was been taken by him, and lots of temples were also been founded. But in today's class we will focus on the second part of the kingdom, that is known as Bahmani kingdom. So Bahmani kingdom, we see the main starting period from the year of 1347, and it mainly ruled till 1537. That means overall we can see the period for 190 years. So within 190 years many rulers came during the time of Vijayanagar kingdom with the main founder, and lots of steps were also taken by him, and especially they also wanted to make their Bahmani kingdom a very great empire or kingdom, sorting out all kinds of problems from the enemies or from the rival. So first, if we talk about the Vijayanagar Bahmani kingdom, we mainly focus that it mainly started from the year of 1347, and the main founder was known as Hasan Gangu. So Hasan Gangu, he was brave enough and he founded the Bahmani kingdom, and later on he adopted the title of known as Alauddin Bahman Shah. So after adopting or by taking the new title, he played a very important role by making the great foundation of Bahmani kingdom for lots of strategies as well as how to make the military system very strong with proper weapons and the training that would be very much helpful during the battle. Next we focus then even the Hasan Gangu or Alauddin Bahman Shah, he also had the intention of extending his empire, his kingdom from the Arabian Sea towards the eastern side of Bay of Bengal. So what kind of great contribution was been said by this Hasan Gangu, who was the main founder as well as the main king of the Bahmani kingdom. Next we focus that within 190 years many rulers came, nearly more than 16 to 18 rulers, and among them we'll talk mainly the 4 kingdoms who played a very kings who played a very important role with lots of strategies, at the same time with what kind of achievement or the contribution that they led against their enemies as well as for the rise of their own Bahmani kingdom. So first we'll start with the Muhammad Shah. So Muhammad Shah, he was actually the eldest son of Jafar Khan, and later on he also defeated Vijayanagar king. That means there were lots of clashes between the Vijayanagar kings as well as Bahmani kings. There were lots of reasons, especially for the Raichur Dove, the fertile regions, as well as for the Godavari, the Dove region, Golconda diamond mines. So there were lots of main reasons why ultimately there were lots of clashes as well as lots of battles also took place between the Bahmani as well as Vijayanagar kings. And if you remember in the first video, even I told you regarding the Battle of Talikota, which was fought in 1565 CE between Bahmani king and the weak ruler of Vijayanagar known as Ramaraya. So focusing on the Muhammad Shah, we see that how he also defeated Vijayanagar king, at the same time the Warangal kings. Warangal mainly highlights about the Deccan areas with a particular provisions or the regions which also been attacked by Muhammad Shah. Next we focus on the next ruler, that is known as Firoz Shah Bahmani. So even Firoz Shah Bahmani played a very interesting effort or a role by how he transferred the capital from Gulbarga to Bidar. A new capital was been set for the Bahmani kingdom, where Bidar was the main capital. Like if we saw in the Vijayanagar kingdom that Hampi was the main capital, but here Bidar. Next focusing that how he also defeated Vijayanagar kingdoms, the kings, those who came, lots of clashes. There are mainly 3 battles that was fought. 2 battles was won by Bahmani kings under the Firoz Shah Bahmani, but the third one he was not able to defeat or get victory over those Vijayanagar kings. And the next we talk about Muhammad Gawan. Muhammad Gawan, he was actually a Persian merchant. Persian, at present that country is known as Iran. So how we see that he later on achieved the title or the role as a prime minister under Muhammad Shah III. So after being a prime minister, what were the rules, what were the positive strategies that he had to take in order to make the Bahmani kingdoms under Muhammad Shah III a very rising kingdom or the good powerful kingdom, and he also defeated many of the areas like Konkan, followed by Odisha, Dabol, Goa, and talking about the Warangal. So many of the region or the provinces were also been captured by this prime minister known as Muhammad Ghan. But as Muhammad Ghan, he came from the foreign country, so lots of officials, lots of nobles, they also started conspiring or going against him, and later on he was been removed or he was been executed from those posts, and it came to the end of Muhammad Ghan. But if we talk about the Muhammad Ghan, even he built madrasas. Madrasas are very long hall, especially meant for learning purpose. And even he wanted that Islam religion, which was actually founded by Prophet Muhammad, would also have lots of teachings that people should understand what were the main doctrines, principles, and it was been set in Bidar area. But later on we see that Bahmani kingdom, it also got division into mainly the 5 independent kingdoms. First we talk about the Berar, followed by Bijapur, Ahmednagar, Bidar, and Golconda. So these were the 5 independent regional states or the kingdom which got division after the Bahmani kingdom started declining for a very rapid manner. So next topic we focus, that is known as the contribution of Bahmani kingdom. Though we saw 16 to 18 rulers under the Bahmani kingdom for 190 years, but what was exactly the contribution, what they did mainly for the sake of their empire? And first we see that Urdu, a main language, was also highlighted, where people were given the knowledge of Urdu language, because even they had got lots of interest towards art, architecture, lots of literature, books, works were also written by respective court poets, and that became one of the most interesting figure of the Bahmani kingdom. Next we talk about the different types of monuments or the temples that was been built during those time. First we talk about the Gol Gumbaz, which was established in a Bijapur state, followed by Charminar in Hyderabad state, Jama Masjid in Gulbarga. Many kinds of forts were also made in the Gulbarga region, Golconda, and the talking about the tomb of Ahmad Shah, which was also been located in Bidar. So lots of contribution, lots of achievement towards respective topic, respective field, and that became one of the most classic example of Bahmani kingdoms for nearly 19 decades. And the last topic for today's class, that is known as what was the main reasons or the causes that ultimately led to the clashes between the two Bahmani kingdom and Vijayanagar kingdom. So first we'll highlight regarding the achieving that both the kings or both the rulers from respective kingdoms or empire, they were very much attracted towards the fertile Raichur Doab, which was mainly good for different cultivation, where lots of farmer patients, they could cultivate various kinds of cultivation, paddies, production and all, and that could become a main backbone of the empire. Next, focusing on the control over Krishna and Godavari Doab. So that was also the main reason that lots of clashes took place between both the kingdom. And the third and the final we see regarding the Golconda, one of the most important independent state that was formed, and they were very much famous towards the diamond mines. So lots of diamonds were main source where both the empire or the kingdom, they were very much attracted and they wanted to grab, and for that they had to face a clash, they had to face lots of battle against each other, and that became ultimately the interesting point for the conflict between both the kingdoms of the southern states. So this was overall the summary wise the explanation regarding the Bahmani kingdoms. I hope you have understood. Till then, stay safe. Thank you. God bless.